I do need you. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
Go on myself. I'm cold, still stainless. My glass half full. Always said, don't suffer no fools. Serpents, daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. Gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. weapon. I can be your weapon.
lost my heart. Don't wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me. There's something about that makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me. Holding our love in chains of gold.
Hello everyone. We've got our cast ongoing very soon now. Yeah, we're doing a team broadcast for a tournament called the SSA Six Man's Cup, and we're doing a team broadcast for the Boost Warriors. So yeah, I'm also joined by Timmins, by the way,
Yo.
if you were wondering.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
such an important person in this.
who's the Bromeo? Is that also a caster? We have 9 people in here. That's a lot of people. Those are not. Those are a lot more people than I was expecting. Olympic is in here. I assume he's casting.
Well, we were only allowed one lemon extra person in.
This was why probably, because apparently this game is I assume on the mainstream.
I swear you can have more than 8 people in a server. You just can't have more than 8 people in a actual lobby.
No, you mean in in the mat, like as in like playing.
In the actual server, you can have more than 8, but in the lobby, you can only have
Yeah,
8.
you have 9. You have 9 there's 9 in
I
the thing.
swear there can be more than that, can't there?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure.
Whatever.
It's around that number to be fair.
You can have 4 on each team, and I swear you can have like 4 spectators.
It's possible.
Huh?
It's possible there might be 12 total.
That's what I
I've ne
thought.
I
Which
don't
means
think I've
I
ever
should be
seen
allowed in.
12. I've never
I'm
seen
complaining
12, I
to
won't
the
lie.
authorities that I wasn't allowed in.
That's true, bro. Well, I guess while we're waiting, I can check some stuff. I should probably actually, now that I think about it, change the cheeky bracket command.
No way, a cheeky little bracket.
Yeah, commands, edit, bracket. Oh, I believe they're joining. Did I see that correctly? Oh, one joined, but then left.
Because I don't know if we're doing test sort of
No,
lobby or if
no
that's not
test
required.
lobbies.
Test
That's what
lobby, okay.
Sethy told me. No test lobbies.
Let's see. Obviously, this is a double limb, so even if we do take a loss here, defend Desert Esports, we will be going down to a lower bracket.
That's true. Best of 3 as well, by
Yeah.
the way.
If we were to lose that, we would be going up against Big Appleticks.
Is that already confirmed who we're playing against if we lose?
Yes, because Big Appleticks lost to Choco, Merge, Easy in their round 1 match, 2-0. So they're
Ah,
already
okay.
waiting a lower round 1.
Oh yeah, we're going back to... Okay, we're reverting in the rounds, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a shame when you have to do that. If there's not like the ideal amount of participants in the tournament, and someone has to go back around after losing.
Hmm.
Though they actually did that in RLCS Worlds one time. Season 8 Worlds. Fun fact. Yeah, Loki Esports won a series at Worlds and then double in bracket and ended up finishing last anyways. So yeah, bit of a rope. Oh.
Yeah. Should we actually beat Mendoza here, we'll be going against either Limited, who automatically came into upper round 2 as we did, or we're going against Zorts, who had a good start, upper round 1, 2-0 against Nocturia. So they're obviously quite on a high right now. Probably got a lot of momentum going against Limited. Should be interesting to see.
By the way, Drew's actually in this, but he's already in a main
Drew?
event. Yeah, he's in
Oh,
day 2
okay.
already. He's one of the top 8 seeds. I don't know
That's
whether he's
got it.
actually playing within the region, as in like from the region, or whether he's playing from England. But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Wonder
Uh,
what we're waiting on.
I assume because it's a mainstream, we're waiting on the production.
Hear me out. They're waiting for me to join. They're expecting a man called Timmins to join the game, and they are adamant that it can't start unless I'm there.
There's only 8 people now and spectating, which
Well,
is
one of
interesting.
them's you, so 7 people, not including yourself, which is well,
I think we're missing the other
one of a
team.
gas. Are we? Was the entirety of the other team missing? That would be
We got me,
troublesome.
and then Dutch and Olympic are caster, so that's 3. So that's 5 people, and then you have our team. So we're at least missing 1 player from the other team.
At least.
Yeah, at least. It depends whether Bromeo is a player or a caster.
Maybe out we get Lobovita cast.
Same thing for Panda Man. Oh, Bromeo's gone.
Alright, this is
Wait, do I have the chat disabled?
incredible
Let
production.
me check that.
Oh, that's a point actually. You should probably enable that.
I have all chat. I have literally every chat on, apart from voice chat.
Never mind.
So, yeah, people are just like randomly leaving and rejoining and nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, this is someone needs to like put a question mark or something.
That is
Anything.
pretty awkward. At least I assumed that we'd be on orange correctly.
Yeah, that's always useful. It's annoying if usually I wait if I'm casting. I'll wait to do it.
Mm.
Well, that can be a little bit awkward.
Fun fact, everybody, on this map, in the far right, top right, you can see the Isle of Man flag.
Is that what's the right one? Is
Yeah, that's the Isle of Man.
really? That's
What else we got in
next
there?
to what is that, a Dutch flag?
I think that's definitely not the Dutch flag next to that one. Wait,
It's not the French flag. The French flag's further on the left.
wait, what? Is that
This thing.
Réunion? Wait, what?
That's Russia in the middle, so I think that's
I
French on
think
the
I can
left.
fly over there to see the colors a bit better. Can I
Oh,
fly over?
no, wait. If it's going off to the side, then yeah, because if they're that way, that means the one on the end isn't the French flag.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
black.
that's so the one on the left's actually Netherlands because they're sideways.
Oh,
So
okay.
is that? I'd say Egypt, but it's not got like
No, no,
the
no, it's not
symbol in the
Egypt.
middle. Yeah, it's
This,
missing the
this
symbol.
could be a couple countries, but it doesn't have a symbol. It does, is that Sudan?
Look
I
like a
don't know.
red, white, black flag. It looks kind of like that, which is Yemen.
This
Because
one is indeed the
I thought
Netherlands
that was
flag.
France, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Ukraine,
I,
Uruguay, Wales, Switzerland, South Africa. Big up, shout out, shout out.
I wonder why you're shouting out them.
Hope we're doing well, by the way. Bitty, Volcano, and X8. We got Italy, Mexico.
Here's where we're just missing that again, 'cause it actually started behind us.
Question is Ivory Coast slash Côte d'Ivoire, or is this Ireland?
Um,
I swear this is.
I can't. Oh wait, no, Ireland's
I swear this is
green,
Ivory
white.
Coast.
Yeah, it's Ivory Coast because Ireland's green, white, orange, not
Yeah, it's the
orange, white, green.
opposite. Yeah. So that is Côte d'Ivoire. I am pronouncing that incorrectly. Just so you know. Olympic is from Switzerland.
Are the flags the same on the other side? Are there even flags on the other side? No, there aren't. Oh, no, there are. What, are they the same?
Oh wait, I didn't notice this
No, I
one.
mean on the other side of the field, you muppet.
Huh?
Not the
Oh.
other side. They are different on the other side.
No, this is actual Ireland.
See, that's Ireland.
Iran, India, Honduras. I assume that's Honduras.
You know that? I'm simply fair play to you. I didn't know that one.
Is that Honduras? Look that up. Can someone
Um,
fact check that?
I'll look it up. That's Honduras, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean the blue seems slightly different, but the stars are the exact same. I think.
Greece, Ghana. Wait, is that Cameroon or Ghana?
I thought that was Cameroon.
That's probably Cameroon, actually. That's Cameroon,
Oh
I
no, it
think.
does look like Ghana. Hang on,
No, it is Ghana, yeah. I take it back.
Cameroon. Yeah, Cameroon. Yeah,
Germany,
it's Ghana.
France, Finland, England, Ecuador, Denmark.
Czechoslovakia.
That's not Czechoslovakia.
No, I'm joking.
Croatia, Costa Rica. Is this just... Wait, is that Colombia or is it my tripping?
That's Colombia, yeah.
Okay, China, Chile, Canada, Cameroon, Brazil, Bosnia, fucking Belgium, Austria, New Zealand.
Why is the Colombia flag like it's like 60% yellow? No, it's like 40% yellow, and then like it's not evenly distributed 30 for the colors. It's
Is
like
this New Zealand or
that's
Australia?
is that Australia or is it? No, I don't think it's enough stars to Australia. Or is it? Hang on. Oh, that
Oh
is
no, it is
Australia.
Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
Argentina, Algeria. Okay. Number flags. I always mix up New Zealand and Australia, man. I
Yeah, I mean,
always
yeah,
do it.
that's because they're basically the same flag, just a different number of stars. Oh yes,
Yeah.
no, sorry, okay. New Zealand has less stars, and the stars are also red with a white outline.
I know this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it Sudan?
it
No,
could be
it's
Yemen.
not.
It
It's
could be
not
Yemen because
Sudan.
Yemen does fit that description of white, sort of red, white, black without a symbol.
Oh yeah, it's Yemen. It's Yemen.
I swear the dragon on that Welsh flag is too big.
I thought so too.
That's way too big. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't cover the entire thing. Oh, I guess some interpretations do.
Should we spectate? Should we just spectate? Like act like
Or an
we're
egg.
actually part of the crowd? Should we
We're
like watch the
we're
game
like
like
that
this?
Rizzo trailer, that Rizzo thing that
Yeah,
RLCS plays and watches.
we'll watch the game like this.
Imagine
Since the
watching like a flip
schedule
reset from
changed.
this angle. What is going on? You need to message. Oh my god.
Okay, we're joining. We're in.
That was very sudden.
We got so sidetracked there, I won't lie.
The flags.
It was getting delayed so long, man. Oh no, look at that name. What is that? M square square square.
Oh dear, that's
Okay,
not
who's that meant to be?
good. That is it Lux? It's Lux.
It's on
Lux.
our team. Olympics already lost connection.
Oh god.
One of the casters are already gone. Yeah, we'll go with Lux then, I guess.
That's gotta be Lux, because Serenity and Sethi
Yeah, they do have a sub though, which is the only reason I'm like, you never know.
Oh, great. Okay. I mean, we just call him M.
Yeah, sure, we'll call him M. His
Call
fault.
him M.
His fault. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know how these guys are seeded, but this should be at least somewhat of a tight matchup, I think, because there was neither of these teams had a bye. They still haven't played yet as well, so both teams kind of need to warm up. So hopefully gonna be a close matchup. I don't believe there's any like huge names from the SSA region in this tournament, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what kind of level we get today.
Charles here for Serenity. He had to back off though, Banana Cat with a early save coming out a minute in, yet to see any action yet, but another 4 to go. A little bit of, maybe a bit of miscommunication. Banana Cat wanting to go for that, maybe called off. Serenity tries to hit one high. Sethi will be the first one to meet this. It's a admittedly quite a weak shot coming out there from the orange side, and yet no danger still for the boys in blue.
It's been a pretty close match as well. I think both teams looking fairly impressive, I'd like to say. They're looking fairly mechanical. I wasn't quite sure exactly what kind of levels these teams were going to be at, but I want to say at least it's around GC. At least that's what it looks like anyways. I also, by the way, I have to shout out Milk for using the Splice decal. That's a very OG decal. Has not been available for a very long time. But yeah, mechanically looking sound right now. Sethi there with a good beat as well, going to the corner, but Breezy just has a free ball in the end. Tries to clear that one away. 50, no, doesn't come through, and a pass
Oh.
does. Serenity finishes it off as we're 1-0 in the lead.
Yeah, it's an ideal start for the Boost Warriors. Obviously, didn't have the momentum of maybe a Game 1 victory. They did just get their automatic promotion into upper round 2, so a goal straight off the bat. Just 2 minutes in, it's a good way for them to start, and maybe they can carry this momentum through for the rest of Game 1.
Bitty Volcano in chat calling that a Hogan mode play, bro. But it might be just another open net. Oh my, he's skyrocketed it, but Serenity will make up for it. And that's now 2-0. A very quick change of things here, as we were having quite the close matchup just before this, but suddenly we're up by 2.
Yeah, well, I think it was clear that Boost Warriors, they did have the majority of the attacks before any of the actual goals down the back of the net. They did seem to slightly be more dominant, if you ask me. Perhaps a bit of bias coming through, but yeah, it was pretty even for that first 2 minutes overall, and then look at that, within sort of the span of 5 seconds, maybe actually another chance here for the Boost Warriors, and it will be, this time it will be M with the goal, who we assume might be Lux, might not be Lux, we just don't know, but yeah, that will be 3-0 for Boost Warriors already after a sort of slower start. The first 2 minutes didn't see any action, just within the sort of the span of, I think, 18 seconds, there's been 3 goals.
I'm telling you, bro, this team's going places, bro. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, no, that's a goal coming out from what's his name? M rectangle 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 dot. So yeah, that's a good. Oh,
Right, we're talking about that one.
I'm not sure what to say about this one.
Yeah, Serenity, you know, he just wanted another goal, you know, he wanted to keep it close in Game 1, you thought, you know what, I'll just pop this into my own net for him. I do want to point out that M does have that dot at the end of their name, and doesn't have a dot at the end of their name. I don't know, I'm trying to think of ways you can prove who it is. No, a great chance there from Serenity, who maybe wanted to make up for the own goal, whether it was an accident or not. Almost with a great double, but not quite able to find it.
I do have to mention as well that Serenity is the only player that I actually recognize from elsewhere, and the shot coming through from Breezy, and after the own goal and an actual goal from them, now they're all of a sudden right in striking distance.
Yeah, they haven't actually had many attacks yet, Vendetta, but the two that they've had, sorry, the one they've had, and then the one own goal, they've been very clinical. That's sort of the first actual chance I think they've had in this game. And, you know, they've taken advantage of it very well. They've brought the game back within 1 when, sort of in 18 seconds, they had lost the lead, lost the draw to 3-0. It was a bit of a whitewash for them, but they've certainly brought themselves right back into it. Maybe a chance now for Breeze if he can get an extra touch over Serenity. Might be the first one. Serenity has double tapped it into his own net for his second own goal of the game.
Hey, to be fair, that was gonna go in, I think, regardless. Was it?
Oh,
I mean, you never know. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, that's a tough one. I can't believe that. We were pretty dominant just a second ago, and all of a sudden we're all tied up. Sethi here will try off the kickoff, but Milk has it covered on the backboard. Big clearance coming out from Banana Cats. Serenity down mid. I was saying earlier, he's the only person that I actually recognized from previous tournaments from this region, and he's so far looked like probably the most mechanically sound out of these lots so far. So impressed me so far, but gotta make sure we filter out those own goals.
Yeah, certainly mechanical sort of in both ends, whether it's for better or worse for Serenity. That remains to be seen as Breeze has a great chance there for Vendetta. Might be kicking himself. He doesn't try and find a shot. As Banana Cat tries to get one to the middle, actually pinches right out a chance now for Boost Warriors, then puts it into the middle. Serenity's there, but it's cleared out by Banana Cat, who have really, you know, Vendetta have brought themselves back into this brilliantly, an excellent showcase of why you shouldn't give up, even after something like 3-0 chance there for Boost Warriors, but just again unable to find that goal that would put them back into the lead.
That's pretty dangerous there. Just sometimes you don't want to put the ball right in front of your net, even if you're really desperate for control. Another shot coming through here from M, but they don't really ask too many questions. Milk, not with the greatest clearance, but gets it to his teammate regardless. Now M tries to make a fast play there, but just outsped by Breezy in the end. Bit of a clearance from him, but not much thought behind him. Serenity trying to get this one out into the blue side with some mechanics. Gets a pass one, but that won't beat two. Now Breezy on the counter attack, almost gets it to his teammate, but didn't quite get that pass correctly.
A very even first game so far as the 10-second countdown begins. Maybe a late chance of Vendetta, not quite anything coming of it. A chance of Stephanie, maybe not a very good shot, it has to be said. Maybe Breezy, no, gets bumped by Serenity. A decent first start to this series, going into overtime in game 1, 3-3, a game that you think maybe it was looking like Boost Warriors were just going to take home after the sort of the 3 goals they just scored in quick succession, but you have to give Vendetta credit. They have brought it back immensely as Breezy tries to get another one going. It's anyone's game in this overtime.
It definitely is. Overtime can always be scary, and sometimes a team that's just better at handling pressure will be the one to take it, regardless of who looked like the better team beforehand. Here, Breezy. Bit awkward here, we'll have to use all of his boost just to get it away from him. Serenity. Mechanical superstar so far. Can't do too much there either. Looking like a pretty static game 1 so far in overtime. But Breezy here just completely outsped. A good pinch here might be a little bit more pressure. Banana Cat really awkward it down. The shot comes through. Just way too awkward will be the story there, and Serenity pounces on the mistake.
Yeah, it might be a little bit hard to take with Vendetta. They did a great job bringing it back to 3-3, taking it into the overtime, but in the end, constant attacks from the Boost Warriors was a little bit too much for them to handle, as Banana Cat, in fact, leaves the game out of anger. No, I'm sure they're just changing their, probably changing their preset or something. But yeah, a great first game for Boost Warriors, a great first game for both teams, it must be said. Vendetta really showing their worth in this tournament, able to bring it back, but a great first game for the Boost Warriors, it has to be said.
Was a pretty exciting game, to say the least. I think also it's important to mention that these teams haven't played yet today, so their first game gotta get used to the tournament environment, you know. A pretty weird statistic as well, as Boost Warriors didn't get a single save that game, so we might have to improve the defense just a little bit.
Certainly with the own goals.
Certainly with the own goals, yeah. But it's pretty interesting to kind of see the skill level in this lobby, because I feel like there's some advanced mechanics that both of these teams are capable of, but it's kind of like the fundamentals and kind of the speed of play that's kind of differentiating this level to, like, let's say a White Rabbit Gaming, and quickly after 7 seconds M has already scored, completely duds the opponent, and that's 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit different to how the start of the first game went. I think we sort of went about 1 minute and 57 seconds without a goal in that one, but this, it just took 7 seconds for the first goal to be found. A great start for Boost Warriors, clearly taking the momentum through from the overtime victory. A great chance for M there, maybe a little bit misjudging the aerial, but a chance for Stephanie saved by Milk. And yeah, Serenity might have another chance, the shot not quite able to find its way past the Vendetta defense, but just the constant pressure, the constant pressure, sorry, being applied here from Boost Warriors. There's not much Vendetta can do if they just keep sort of sending players forward and sending balls towards the net. Eventually they're going to keep finding cracks in this defense.
It's going to be tough for Vendetta though, like, they didn't quite look as capable as the Boost Warriors in game 1, and considering, you know, I would say that they're not the favorite here, losing that game 1 in the fashion that they did, you know, if they were able to scrape that, they could use so much momentum going the next game, but it's going to be tough for them. That might just be on target slightly wide there from Banana Cat. Decent effort from him though, as early on they're trying to regain from their 1-0 deficit.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that obviously it's no secret that 2 of the goals that Vendetta were gifted last game were the result of own goals from Serenity. You know, so I think that's something to mention, that Vendetta might not actually be as confident in this one as you think, because if it was just 3-3, they might have been more confident because they knew they'd scored 3, but they only scored 1 in the previous game, and now they've tied that up. They've also scored 1 in this game. With a pretty simple goal in the end. I think maybe partially faking it by not flicking it earlier, but it didn't seem that mechanically sort of sound of a goal. He just managed to somehow find it through.
Yeah, awkward defense there. There was one person on the backboard there, one on the ground. The person on the backboard ends up going down, and then the 50 kind of comes through really awkwardly. The defender behind him not quite expecting it. A little bit of a reluctant defense there from the Boost Warriors. They have an opportunity here. Serenity goes to the backboard. Milk first to it. They tries to get a counter attack here. So we have just over 1 minute 30 played here. still remain 1-1. That's a bad clearance. It's a good touch to have in the sense of if you didn't touch it, it would have been pretty bad. But the touch out, you don't want to clear the ball through midfield unless you can get it all the way to the other side here. A big miss coming out, but Sethi will save it himself.
That was a bit close there. You think maybe Seth is going to be kicking himself. Really could have found a goal to put them in the lead here. Milk tries to get a clearance. Might go into the middle of Clarity's touch. Cleared out by Breezy. Sethi tries to keep the play going, but no one in the middle. No reception for the pass as Milk takes it up a bit of an edgeable. Might try and get into the middle. One last touch. Oh my goodness, the Boost Warriors defense has been what's let them down so far, and they do look awkward when the pressure is applied. It has to be said. Arguably lucky not to concede there, maybe. There's just another pass put into the middle with no reception, but this time from the side of Vendetta.
Yes, well, on back for Sethi, perfectly in position there. Banana has to get this into that orange side, but it's not too threatening here. The defense looking awkward for Boost Warriors, as it has kind of been that way non-stop the entire series so far. But they are on match point. They've got a close one here. Maybe they're kind of feeling the pressure of closing this one out, considering both of these matches have been so close thus far, but they have looked at the better team, so they have to try to utilize that confidence to improve themselves in defense.
And 1 second to trickling down. Will we have another overtime? It will remain to be seen. A chance here as Breeze just gets in the middle. Banana Cat misjudges the momentum though. Will go flying past the ball in the end. Sethi now should have a little bit of space, not much pressure, but doesn't do much. Gets it to Breezy almost immediately. Gets it put into the middle. Banana Cat couldn't do much with it. Oh my goodness, Serenity getting bumped.
Oh my, no shot.
There. Yeah, this. Yeah, I do think Boost Warriors, their main concern should be trying to clean up their defense here. They don't seem very organized. They seem to almost crumble under really any pressure that gets applied to them. It hasn't quite punished them as of yet, but if the game continues as it does, eventually I think it will crack.
That does just look like this is a case of whoever's less awkward will win from here. Breezy again, not the greatest clearance. There's a lot of clearances from both sides, just kind of going into the midfield, and the opponents, they're trying to pounce on it, but they're never quite on time and not quite confident enough every single time to get that actual good opportunity and get that goal here. Breezy gets us to the midfield again, but a big clearance coming out. Milk will have a big clearance himself. Kind of big clangs coming out from both sides. Your ball into the midfield. Serenity just about gets that 50 on Banana. Your 30 seconds left here. We might be going to another overtime, which would be quite interesting. But if it goes anything like last time, then maybe Boost Warriors will have the advantage.
It's been an interesting change of momentum in this game. I think it was, I'm pretty sure in the first game, you know, despite their own goals and sort of the mishaps of defense, it was the Boost Warriors who had the majority of the offensive pressure. They were constantly just getting the ball into the middle and trying to find something that will work. But this game, it's certainly been the opposite. Vendetta Esports have had a lot more attacks than the Boost Warriors, it would seem, and it's almost meant they've been punished for it because their defense has not been great. As Milk with a chance, oh, couldn't they find the height though? A great chance there for Vendetta to tie up the series, take it into match point, but they might have another chance now. Banana Cat actually with an open net. Hem couldn't quite save it, and Banana Cat will ensure that Vendetta aren't out yet.
Straight off of the kickoff. Not a great kickoff from Sethi there. Banana Cat kind of delays the shot a little bit, and M just can't get there in time. 1-1 in the series, best of 3. I mean, are we going to get a triple overtime best of 3 series? That'd be quite nice, I won't lie.
It would certainly be exciting, has to be said, going into the final game here. No matter what happens, one team will come out of this on top. Boost Warriors certainly have what it takes. It's just they need to clean up their defense a little bit. I don't know if it's a communication issue or just an issue where they're just not very confident in defense in general, but I think it's certainly just they need to do something to make sure their defense is just a little bit stronger, and if they can keep offensive pressure like they were doing in Game 1, they could certainly win this.
It's gonna be a very interesting Game 3 here. Match points for both teams. Decider for who goes through to the next round. Reminder, both teams will still be alive in the lower bracket if you do end up losing. Serenity with an early effort goes up high here. Clearance comes out from Breeze, but didn't get it too far. In the end, got another 50 regardless. Here, Milk trying to clear this one out. Off to Breezy. Beats one here. Sethi a little bit awkward. Has to bump the opponent. Is able to do so. But Banana still first to it. Serenity, a little bit too awkward there, can't quite get it away from danger. The ball here into the midfield, Sethi looking awkward, kind of pitches it with them. Temporarily gets it away from danger again, but looking pretty awkward here again.
M trying to get something going, doesn't have enough boost. Sethi does get hit into the middle, but Serenity playing a little bit more safe. I think a first goal here could mean a lot for either side. It'd be a battle of whoever can just find the back of the net first to try and keep the momentum up. But so far, once again, it has been Vendetta who have had the majority of the pressure. Maybe a chance here as Sethi clears it out. That will bounce dangerously into the middle. Cleared up by Banana Cat, though. M is there. Simple touch, maybe doesn't want to jump off the wall again. Maybe it's a little less risk-taking coming out from perhaps both teams. They're both going to want to come out of this on top. A little bit awkward. Sethi in the middle, just left dawdling, doing nothing as Serenity tries to get a clearance. Over an edge, but might be able to get it over to the side for M. Does get it past one with the flip reset, but Milk just has to stand still and gets the save.
It looks like Serenity is mechanically superior to pretty much everyone in this lobby, but I have to say, I feel like the simple things will be the difference in this series. It looks like if someone can just clang the ball really hard continuously, eventually they'll break down the defense as it will get awkward eventually. Sethi here just about gets a save after getting bumped here. Again, 0 boost here. They're just trying to scramble it out at this point. Serenity beats one, but ball stays in the midfield. Sethi, good aerial there. Breezy there, able to get to the side, and eventually they get it away.
Milk maybe trying to get one going, and luckily enough, the Boost Warriors have managed to have a semi-structured defense at the very least. They have managed to keep the ball out as we go into the second half. Maybe a chance for Sethi. The shot's not quite perfect. It goes entirely central, in fact, but Milk not in the best of positions. And that is a vital goal, a great chance now for Boost Warriors to perhaps take the dub.
What did I say? If you clang the ball really hard, you will beat the other defense. It looks like if you hit the ball really hard consistently, that has been the thing that kind of defeats the opposing defense consistently here. Both defenses not quite looking strong enough to kind of filter out those plays that maybe at first glance you look at them and think they're not too impressive, but at this level they can break you down very easily.
Yeah, and that's certainly been portrayed as we go into the second half of this match. It will be Boost Warriors who find themselves in the lead. Can they just hang on now? Are they playing more defensively, or will they try and keep this pressure up? It will remain to be seen as Serenity now flicks it past one. Actually a great chance, a good save by Banana Cat though. Sethi, maybe not with enough boost to get a real hit onto the ball, as M tries to keep the pressure up. Serenity, can't quite get the pass. Maybe expected Breezy to get a touch, but in the end neither of them end up hitting the ball. Be Vendetta now that we're looking at them to see if they can try and respond to the goal the Boost Warriors have, but it's looking good for the boys in orange.
Your ball, good challenge there, but ends up just rolling a bit high there and wide from the net. Your ball in the midfield. Milk is up for that one. Low shot in the end. Serenity tries to control this one. Decent 50 as well. Banana, last one back. Misses the ball entirely. Will be an open net for M, and he will secure it as well. That's 2-0 for the Boost Warriors.
Yeah, in terms of respect to the players, it's not the best way you like to see a goal. Banana Cat, who's arguably probably one of the better players for Vendetta Esports, making a bit of a defensive whiff here. This time, Boost Warriors not being sort of the ones to blame for a defensive mishap. It's an unfortunate goal to concede, but obviously for us, that will be a fortunate one, as it will increase our lead by 2. Oh goodness me! I think Sethi could have had a chance there. Vendetta just about holding on. There's a chance for Banana Cat. Maybe gets the reset. Perhaps didn't get it. I'm surprised though. I think he had got one.
I think he tried to be clever with it, kind of delay it and use it smartly after, but didn't quite have the mechanics to do it properly. Your decent ball here, missed by both the offensive and the defensive player there. I always love those when you have the offensive player just jumping in, lunging in for that goal, but they're also assuming that the defender might be able to touch it, and then maybe if one of them misses us, both just end up missing at the same time, which is always wonderful. But 1 minute remaining here. We just have to close this out, trying to not really concede any own goals, and then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, Vendetta. Obviously, a lot of their goals have been own goals, especially in game 1. If Serenity tries to get too fancy in defense again, it might result in a draw going into maybe an overtime once again. But all it would take for the Boost Warriors to go through to the next upper bracket round now would just be to hold on to this 2-0 lead. They have just 30 seconds remaining. Vendetta are looking like they will have to go down to the lower bracket.
Your clearance to the side, but didn't get it too far. Sethi here, back to the midfield. M is up for it, and he will get the goal. That's 3-0 in game number 3, and that's pretty much the game secured as well. The Boost Warriors progressing probably to the next round, unless a disaster class unfolds, I guess.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to jinx anything, but I'm gonna say, you think with 21 seconds remaining, surely nothing could go wrong here for the Bush Warriors. Surely, I know they scored 2 own goals in that first game, which wasn't great, but you know, there's been nothing since. Maybe gonna increase the lead to 4. Oh, and shot not quite enough, but Sethi will find the rebound. And it's even more secured now if it wasn't insured before. Surely now nothing could go wrong for Bruce Warriors. 10 seconds remaining and they have a lead by 4.
A brace for Sethi, who kind of, you know, I have a lot of respect for him because I said earlier that I felt like clanging the ball would be a great tactic at this point, and he was the one to utilize that in this game and give them the lead earlier on. So a good job to him, and a Boost Warriors deservingly going through the next round. I think Vendetta, they could definitely do a job in the lower bracket, but for now they've been taken down, and that's a nice 2-1 dub after a very tight series.
Yeah, you got to give fair play to Vendetta. They certainly kept Bruce Warriors on their toes. Obviously, first game, perhaps they're a little bit lucky with the own goals that happened inside of Bruce Warriors. But you have to give Vendetta respect. You know, they did give them a run for their money, and they did put up a strong challenge.
They definitely did. Alright, we'll be going to a short BR backstream until we get the next series ongoing, just because I don't know how long we're gonna wait. If it's instantly, we might be back instantly, but we might not be, so we're going to a short BR backstream. So we will be right back.
I do need you.
We used to think our words were gold, that our blinded hearts could withstand cold. We were catching diamonds in the rain, letting precious water through the drain. Stars were dancing in their light, past that we could never ride. Oh, they were dancing way up high. We built these walls so we could find who could prove themselves through the waves of time. We're trying to repent before you sin. It's like giving up before you begin. Stars were dancing in their light, past that we could never run. Oh, they were dancing way up high. Stars were dancing in their light, future we will never run. Dirt on our feet was bone dry, it was bone dry. Thought another goal is all we needed.
Alright, we are back again with the next round, qualification round. Again with Timmins here, upper round 3 this is called. To qualify for day number 2 of the SSA 6-Man's Cup. Also, you end up on Liquipedia if you win this round. Or the
No way.
next. Because I don't think day 1 disqualifier is counted on Liquipedia, so we only have day 2 and 3 on there.
Yeah,
So we won't be on there for the cast either, unfortunately.
that sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, you
Rest
know.
in peace. Yeah, this should actually be a difficult game. We don't actually know which team's going to be on what side. I'm assuming Exhaust is going to be blue. No,
We're
it looks like
joining
they're going to
blue.
be blue. Yeah, we're going to be blue, so you got to change that quickly. But this
Okay.
should be quite a difficult matchup. Obviously, Exhaust, they actually did play an up around 1 game and up around 2 game. They won both of them very convincingly, 2-0 for both of their series so far. So obviously coming into this, Exhaust Esports have a lot to prove because they have proven themselves to be quite the force in this tournament so far. Boost Warriors obviously coming out of their game against Vendetta 2-1. And to be fair, you know, we did play a strong game, other than maybe a couple of the mishaps. Defense was our main sort of point of contention. It wasn't, honestly, aside from the own goals, which obviously were just a little bit unfortunate, but you know, stuff happens. There's a lot of moments where you think maybe the Bruce Warriors could have improved on their defense, but we'll have to see going into this one if they can hold off the might of the Exhaust Esports team.
Okay, I've adjusted the overlay, guys. I don't know what team they were gonna be on, so I had to do that real quick. Thank you, Timmons, for carrying me there. Oh, an early shot from just over the bar, but Serenity follows up. Let's look at that. The nice speed there. The defense they just can't handle it. So first goal, first blood goes to the Boost Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, offense was sort of was certainly a strength of Boost Warriors against Vendetta Esports. They did prove themselves to be able to apply a lot of offensive pressure. Like I said, their defense did leave a little bit to be sort of asked of them. If they can get a lot of offense going, maybe they can just keep the ball out of their half. That'd be a chance. Maybe there's a chance there from the juniors. That's what they got back to that, even if it was on target. 1-0, great start for Boost Warriors, a great way for the momentum to shift. Maybe they could have seen this bracket. Maybe they'd have known that Exhaust had come and done so well to get as far as they have now.
Oh my.
It's a great shot. Oh my goodness, what a goal that would have been if he found it. And he did almost read it correctly. His M does put a shot on that will find its way in. Exhaust's defense hasn't been perhaps as good as maybe you'd expect from a team who'd gone 2-0 in both of their series so far. And that will be the Boost Warriors making it 2-0.
Boost Warriors just about able to, we'll call that a chip. They chipped it over him. Just, you know, they weren't sure whether it was hitting the crossbar or whether it was just not going to be dangerous at all. But ended up just about sliding into the net there. Unfortunately for Exhaust, but they do have a nice logo, so that's at least something, right?
Absolutely.
All I'm saying is, on Wikipedia, so one of their players is called Call Me Daddy, and I'm incredibly happy that they are not called that in-game. I assume that's Spiker, so that's a good one. But yeah, so far actually looking really impressive here from Boost Warriors. It's not looking quite as worrying as maybe I was expecting, considering Exhaust has won their previous round, so you would expect an upgrade from our previous opponent. But so far this looks pretty clean, though it is just game 1 in a best of 3, so a lot can still happen here. I guess in midfield, but in the end able to do so here. A lot of time and space here for Sethi and Serenity, but it looks like a bit of a miscommunication there. But in the end, big clearance coming out regardless.
Yeah, I mean, the argument could be made that the less than adequate defense from Boost Warriors sort of in the first series could have been down to first series nerves. You know, I don't want to just use that as any excuse just for every little mistake they made. But, you know, you're playing your first game sort of in a tournament, you're always going to be a little bit nervous. You want to sort of have a good, strong start. So maybe Boost Warriors might be a little bit more confident now that they've got a series out of the way. They did manage to win 2-1. So maybe they actually might be a little bit stronger coming into their second series.
Have definitely looked a fair bit stronger here. Oh my, Serenity! This was not planned, but Serenity in the end goes for pretty much a double tap here. He lands quickly here, gets this challenge in, hits the crossbar, and he hits it again. An amazing, well, it looks very good, so it was not completely planned, but we'll say that's just completely on Boost Warriors.
Yeah, well, I think that's what the average Rocket League player would call calculated. Serenity maybe going for another one, maybe trying to make it 4-0.
Oh.
A great dunk, maybe no. Juniors gets back just in time to deny Serenity the 4th goal of the game. Boost Warriors really are managing to just apply a lot of pressure. Exhaust Esports a little bit sort of to be asked them so far for their defense. Maybe taking the role of Boost Warriors. There's a little bit of chance now Juniors won't beat Serenity to it, who will get, to be fair, less than adequate clearance. Maybe trying to dribble it into his own sort of goal there. Serenity to get a clearance now. Spiker is a little bit awkward. Setting gonna get a charge. Spiker able to make up for his mistake, get a 50, and they will reign 3-0 for now.
Serenity has just absolutely torn them apart here. Oh my god, Spiker just about gets a backward start really awkwardly here. Good attempt here, decent shot, can't save it. They've gotten their 1 goal and they really needed it.
Yeah, you saw that coming. Sethi couldn't be Juniors. A great assist there. Spiker really just had to hit it on target. A little bit awkward on the positioning, wasn't covering the goal perhaps as well as he possibly could have. And a deserved goal there for Exhaust. They managed to find a hole in the Boost Warrior defense. Sethi now. Beat up by Spiker, sorry, Serenity. Is able to get a flick. Juniors hitting it very straight upwards them. Keep the attack going out of Boost now. Might have to settle for a 50, which he will get. Oh my god, there's a massive mistake from Cerise! And then will manage to slot it home. The Exhaust Esports defense has once again been cracked. And Cerise, oh, you hate to see it. It's just a massive whiff coming out. Will say thank you very much. and they will be leading by 3 once again.
It was definitely a bit of a disaster there for Exhaust, and currently they're not looking too hot. They're definitely looking to be a little bit better moving
Oh,
on.
no.
But Serenity tries to go for a pre-jump challenge, not knowing his teammate was nowhere to be seen behind him, and that will just be a 3-1 back.
Yeah, Serenity clearly thinking Spike was going to go high, and Sethi nowhere to be seen on the defense. Bit of a maybe a mistaken rotation. Something clearly happened. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. Serenity perhaps thinking he had a teammate behind him. Still looking good for them in game 1. They have 2 goals up. Just 47 seconds remaining. Serenity now going for the mechanical play. Actually gets it below Spike, faking him out. Maybe a chance for M. The shot's not very powerful, but Cerise can't find it. And that will once again give this 3-goal cushion to the Boost Warriors.
Cerise had to do it all on his own there to try to defend that one, and in the end kind of gets faked out by one in Serenity, and then the shot was just too tough for him to handle on that boost. Now, big clang there off to the backboard, tries to do it all on his own, almost. Just barely off target there. And 20 seconds remaining. That pretty much confirms it. Serenity trying to go for another redirect. I was gonna say he did not touch that, so that will go to Sethi. But game 1, absolutely dominant.
Yeah, you've got to say it's been a great start to this series for the Boost Warriors. They've really proven themselves to be a monstrous team here against Exhaust Esports. 6 goals within the span of the first game. And looking a little bit awkward on defense there, but no real pressure being applied by Exhaust. And this could be resulting maybe a 2-0 sweep if just the fear factor can kick in. Exhaust are going to maybe be looking at themselves in the mirror and thinking, what on earth can we do? We've conceded 6 times in the first game. Boost Warriors might just be a little bit too much to handle. A convincing win in game 1, it must be said.
I think if Boost Warriors play anything like that again in the next game here, I think there's not much Exhaust can do. I think it's just too hot to handle for them. But they will be on match point, so maybe they'll let off the gas a little bit subconsciously, providing a bit of a chance for Exhaust to come back. By the way, I'm probably gonna try to see if I can get rid of these internet things. Or do you know where it is? Like with the internet.
It should be in video, I believe.
Video.
No, it's probably interface.
Interface connection quality indicators.
There you go.
Those. There we go. All right, that's done.
Yeah, you do see that quite often at sort of most levels of play. Really, you'll see a team who has one game win away from taking a series. They'll often sort of slow down a little bit, maybe be less offensively minded and just want to secure their way through. And that can actually end up making teams play worse, ironically, even if they're trying to perhaps play more safely. Sometimes safe isn't always the best play style for a team. Hopefully Boost Warriors will realise that their offense does tend to be a bit better than their defense. They can continuously apply pressure even when they're on match point. They'll definitely be in a good spot here to win.
Your early shot coming through, Spike with a save, but it goes straight up. Will be very dangerous here. Serenity can't do too much. Double commit as well coming out of the side of Exhaust, and was back there on a lot of boost. Don't have to worry too much. Serenity able to get that to the backboard. Sethi misses the ball entirely. And now Spiker tries to get this in midfield, but Cerise committed to it as well. Again, a bit of miscommunication coming in, but Cerise gets it into the top corner, and that'll be 1-0 for Exhaust.
Yeah, that's not the best of starts, has to be said here for Boost Warriors. Cerise is able to flip one into the top corner there, sort of crossbar and post and down. A better start for Exhaust Esports, actually managed to find their way into the lead, but nothing to worry about as of yet. Very early on, still a lot of Rocket League to be played here.
Your juniors trying to get us in midfield. Not a lot of boost to his name. Looking pretty awkward though here early on from the Boost Warriors in comparison to the last game. To be expected though, they did have a brilliant game last game, or to keep up that level of performance consistently. Spike gets this one out. M now trying to control this one. A decent attempted challenge. M trying to do it all on his own. He gets it into the midfield. Serenity is there. A great double tap pass. And the defense didn't know what to do. They were just completely starstruck. They didn't know how to react.
Yeah, that last touch didn't have much to it, but it was just the perfect amount to do in juniors, who was really just sort of left stranded there in the middle of his goal, didn't know what to do. That last touch from M was just enough to tap it behind him, and he was really just glued to the floor, unable to do anything. And obviously the Boost Warriors is going to capitalise on that. Serenity trying to get a pass off to the left. No one there though, again defensively minding. Serenity didn't want to take a risk, wanted to go back and contain a strong rotating play. Serenity now with a chance. Still some more chance. Serenity goal couldn't quite get it past the likes of Spike, who just get the 50M. Trying to keep it up though. Gets the pass into the middle. Junior is able to control it, and yeah, the strong rotation coming in here. They don't want to have a risk here, the Boost Warriors. They are on match point, and I do think that maybe has been they're perhaps doing slightly more sort of defensively minded plays. They're making sure they have someone back, and you know that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I do have to say their offense is very much a strong point of their game.
It definitely is. Junior's looking pretty awkward here. Shot coming through from Sethi. Gets saved in the end there by Cerise. Good clearance. A big hit there from but in the end Cerise perfectly in position there. Serenity going to keep up the pressure, and I have to say that Serenity and even or even Sethi, they've all looked mechanically a lot better than last series. They're looking like different players here in comparison to the last series you just watched. Looking good for them in this one so far. They just have to win this one game or the next, and then they'll be qualified for day 2 here. Sethi trying to go for mechanical play, but couldn't get the 50 in the end. Able to get this to the midfield. Serenity beats his man. Can't do too much in the end here. Cerise looking pretty awkward as well. A boost still coming through. Sethi almost to the corner. Double M in the middle, but the shot was that saved by Serenity. I'm not sure what happened there. But Spiker now on the counter attack doesn't have a lot of boost. Almost gets a 50 there. And now Serenity back away to the orange side. That might just be it. What a play from Serenity, all the way down to the other pitch and an instant response.
Serenity has really proven himself to be, I'd definitely say, probably the standout player on Boost Warriors. He's very mechanically gifted, this guy, and he's shown it time and time again. A great sort of doink goal there, as Em might have another chance. Oh no, taken out by Juniors in the end. Serenity with another chance. Yeah, this Boost Warriors side clearly very strong. Serenity proving himself when he's not bumping his teammates to definitely be a force to be reckoned with. But nothing against Sethi and Em. They've both also been very strong. At least neither of them have owned gold. But in the end, Serenity has really been the point of difference, I think.
He's definitely been the star player here for the Boost Warriors. You've taken a bit of time. A very poor 50! The timing on that was horrible. Cerise will get the goal, but in the end it was Serenity. He went for the most risky 50 here. Just clangs it into his own net.
Yeah, no one back in the in for Boost Warriors, but you do have to put a bit of the blame on Serenity there. It was a needless sort of hit. No way it could have gone well for him. A little bit of a desperate attempt to just maybe tap it into the middle. And it doesn't work well for them, and Exhaust do find themselves with a draw. I was going to say, maybe they could have found a way into the lead if Ceres could have actually got a better shot there. And able to find it though. A chance now for M. It's into the batterboard. Can he get a shot? Oh, it's off the crossbar. It was so close. Could you believe how close that was? Crossbar and down. Serenity tries to keep it up, flicks it into the middle, and it's cleared out in the end. It will remain 2-2.
You can also see that the teammates here also respecting Serenity a lot. Sethi seeing that Serenity was going for that bump and trusted him to get it as well. Full faith in his teammates to do what he believes they can. He's really awkward for Cerise and Spiker. They just might get it out, but it's still in the midfield, and eventually the shot comes in. You cannot clear it down mid so softly, so many times in a row. Eventually the goal will come through, and it does for Sethi.
Every time Boost Warriors have scored, the Exhaust Esports have responded, and then the Boost Warriors respond yet again, and with 47 seconds remaining, there's still time for a couple goals to be scored here from either side. M trying to come into the middle, Spiker able just about get a touch. Pressure's being kept up by Serenity, who ends up getting a 15 to the middle, a better 15 than his last attempt. M here with no boost, can't quite beat Spiker, strong pinch. Serenity won't be able to get a touch. A chance here for Exhaust Esports to once again tie it up. Serenity opting to leave that for M rather than dribbling it into his own box. Ceres trying to get it into the middle. Junior's taking it slow, doesn't have a lot of boost. Serenity should beat him, so the ball here cleared out. The Boost Warriors just need to try and hold on now, but the pressure is ever mounting from Exhaust. Sethi, a great clearance as the 10-second countdown has begun. Just a couple more seconds, Boost Warriors will be into the next round. Serenity hits it down, but it's going to be on the wall. No, it won't. The ball hits the floor. And a strong showing from the Boost Warriors.
A very impressive 2-0 sweep in qualification round in the upper bracket for day 2, qualifying for day 2 in the SSA 6-Man's Cup. A brilliant run here. It was also a very exciting first series, and the second one was just a great showing. It was very nice to see how brilliantly they played in this series. to finish off their qualifier run, and I assume they'll be quite excited to see what they can do in the main event.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great day for Boost Warriors. Obviously, there's a few moments against Vendetta where the questions could have been asked of them. You know, they looked a little bit shaky, especially their defense, but they cleaned up their act against Exhaust Esports, and you know, against a team that I said, you know, they've gone to and they won both their previous series 2-0. I said Exhaust were going to be, you know, quite the challenge for them, but they really proved themselves. They showed their worth, and Boost Warriors absolutely. Obviously, their first game was Decimation 6-2. Second game a lot closer, to be fair, sort of back and forth between which side was scoring. But Boost Warriors, a great showing from them, deservedly being qualified.
Absolutely, they've done a great job today. Thank you as well to Sethi. I would call him M, but he's also called what is it called again? Lux on the Wikipedia page, M or Lux, whatever it is that your name actually is meant to be. And Serenity, thank you for letting us cast you today. But that's their run done, so that's us done as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Tim as well for joining me today. This was kind of somewhat last second for him, I think. When did I ask you again? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yesterday.
pretty late. So yeah, thank you all for coming in. But that'll be us done. So we'll catch you later. It's been a pretty fun cast here, and I mean a pretty nice to cast an upper bracket run as well, considering lower bracket runs can take a long time. But yeah, that's gonna be us, and we'll see you next time.
you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, ooh, I love you, I do need you, ooh, I love you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, ooh.